Hello and welcome to Lloyd's Dressing Gown Diary, the latest update. As promised, as there's no Six Nations, this week we will be doing a Lions Watch. So in the first 2 weeks of the Six Nations, who's really made an impact? Well, it's not quite as expected or anticipated. I think some of the bigger players have struggled. We've seen big performances from people like Stuart Hogg and Andrew Coombs in Wales, and he's only played 2 games. There are a lot of players that are trying to get them out of the team. I thought Kieran Healy was nailed on until he's nailed someone's leg, which is quite disappointing. So it's difficult to run through. I'm not going to run through 1 to 15 on this. I had an interesting question come through from Bogan as well, who wanted to know whether I thought Tuilagi would start in the Lions. Well, at the moment the centres is a very, very competitive position. I think Brad Barrett actually played very well last weekend. Tuilagi came on, nearly scored, little rub of the green there and he would have been under the post. Jamie Roberts and Jonathan Davies look a little bit off form. Obviously BOD in the first game was monumental, but didn't really touch the ball in very trying conditions. So at centres it's a difficult question, but I still think Brian O'Driscoll and Jamie Roberts look strong. And the wings, you've got big performances so far. This has shown his finishing ability, so has George North. There are obviously people pushing for Ashton, but I've really got big reservations about Ashton. I don't think he is test quality. There were times at the weekend where he was in front of the play and the pass goes behind him, so for me Ashton doesn't make it, doesn't even make the squad. I'm not that impressed with Cuthbert. George North, I think, on Saturday really showed his true finishing ability. He was top draw, finishing in the corner, no space there. That really is spectacular stuff from the wing. Moving forward onto 10, well, actually going backwards to 15, well, Lee Halfpenny is probably the incumbent, I'd say, the way he's been playing, but Stuart Hogg is really pushing him hard. An electric try, running the full length of the pitch pretty much. He managed to get the Scottish crowd on their feet as soon as he has the ball. He's exciting, he's energetic, something always happens. But Lee Halfpenny, his quality, he never loses the ball in high, he tackles strongly, kicks well. Battle between those two, I think. Although Good hasn't really done anything wrong, I don't think he's spectacular either. Then moving forward, the 10 battle, as I predicted last weekend, was perhaps a battle of the Lions 10s, but obviously Sexton went off injured pretty early on in proceedings. So you have to say the way Farrell's played so far, he's won 2. Certainly the second game against Ireland was a tough game. He came through unscathed with that. So you'd think he's the one with it to lose. Whether Sexton can come back from injury, whether O'Gara can push him, whether Biggar can push him. Questions to be answered over the next 3 games of the Six Nations. At 9, again, there are questions. England have started to move the ball a lot quicker, and there's a question marks over how Mike Phillips moves the ball while he plays as a sort of 8.5. Sometimes you've got to move the ball a bit quicker. I don't think Scotland or Ireland really have much to offer though, so it's probably a straight battle between the England and Welsh number 9 there. Number 8, well, being a Welshman, I'd probably say Faletau's doing well, but Jamie Heaslip I'm a big fan of, but he had a poor game against England. So it really is a question there. The 7s is a big debate. Everyone was assuming that come the Six Nations that it was Warburton's to lose. Well, he's now lost his place in the Welsh team. The starting lineup already announced for the Italy game, and he's not even on the starting lineup. So Tapiric and Warburton battling out, Rob Shaw battling out, Sean O'Brien battling out. Certainly, I think the next few games for all of those players are going to be crucial. At 6, I think if Lydiate can get himself fit, he's an absolute banker. Wales are a different team when he's playing. Question whether you'd perhaps put Sean O'Brien at 6 and play another 7, but interesting debate. The second rows, my prediction before the Six Nations privately was that Richie Gray would be on tour and starting. I think the way he started so far, looking good. I think Andrew Coombs for Wales is really looking very, very strong, and certainly the English players have also done well. So tight there. In the front row, dark art, really difficult to tell. The way the Six Nations have been ref so far is tough in terms of scrum time, so really difficult to call. So if there are any questions that you guys have out there about the Lions, we'll bring those forward in the summary show on Sunday. But some of the other weekend fixtures to consider. Well, we've got the FA Cup coming forward. The 5th round is always a big day. You feel like you're getting ever closer. The 6th round comes up. I have fond memories myself of Coventry winning away at Villa Park for the first time ever. It was actually the 14th of February, and the goal scorer that day was Viral Moldovan in a St Valentine's Day massacre by the Romanian. It's been it would appear we have a guest appearance. We have Colin.
It's Dan.
Colin's come here to find out if Dan is actually in the game. Now I have a question for Colin. Colin, where do you feel that Southampton have gone with Nigel Atkins going? Do you feel lost? Do you feel let down? Because I know someone who's come to me through email, David Russell Smith. He feels as though Southampton have gone the wrong way. What are your thoughts?
Look, Nigel Atkins, top boss. Honestly,
into the camera, please.
All right. Top boss. Cannot fault him for what he did for Southampton. Fantastic, bringing us up for 2 divisions. Very positive boss. Feel very sorry that he was sacked in the way he was. Difficulty is for All Saints fans is where do you actually vent your frustration? Because your new boss, Pochettino, Mascarpone, Calzone, whatever his name is it's not his fault. Cortese, fantastic.
So basically, in conclusion, you're a bit annoyed. I mean, I thought my first summary weekend was pretty boring, but I'm sure those of you who will watch this will conclude that the minute and a half that Andrew's just gone through is also quite Colin is quite taxing.
Right, see you later, Dan.
So, moving on to the tip of the weekend. Well, as this isn't a Six Nations weekend, I'm not offering one. Freddie has struggled this week with his prediction for an Italy win last weekend, which proved woefully inaccurate. He's had a look at the form book and he doesn't fancy anything, so we're going to take a break on that. But we will be back on Sunday to review some of the main action from the FA Cup and also answer any of your questions for the Lions Watch that we've just done. So please don't forget to follow me on Twitter at Lloydie Lewis, and we will be in touch on Sunday. Thank you very much. Bye-bye. Enjoy your weekends.